Now, hello and welcome to All on the TTRPG. My name is Ab, and tonight we are playing a one shot of Fist Ultra Edition. Fist Ultra Edition is an RPG inspired by the likes of Metal Gear Solid to be stories about mercenaries trying to make their way in a capitalist hellscape as they are forced to do violence for various employers and get on with their lives. With me tonight, I've got Roxy.
Hello.
And Maple.
Howdy.
Roxy, tell us a little bit about your character. Who are you playing today?
Now, do I say everything about my character, or do I say what everyone knows about my character at the beginning?
I'll leave it up to you.
Missy is she's a normal woman. Nothing's wrong with her at all. She does the accounting for the agency. Really smart. Good with math. Good with money. That's all there is to know, really.
So true.
Absolutely nothing suspicious or unusual about her. And Maple, tell us about who you're playing today.
So I'm playing as Dr. Cecilia Skladny. Unlike Missy, Dr. Cecilia Skladny is very, very open that they are not normal. They tried to get the normal surgery. It was rejected. They are a medical practitioner who, due to times of terrible, terrible circumstances, needed to rely on the leftover remains after an amputation. As time has gone on, this has just become more of an interest, a passion, and potentially a cooking career. They will make sure that you will be treated. They just can't pretend they won't skim a little off the top.
Well, that's certainly something.
Yeah. Also, they're seductive, but even if they're mechanically seductive by Fist standards, I mean it more in the way that people are normal about Hellsing characters.
So, she's a little out there, but you have the trait that for seducing people, but you also have a penalty to the relevant stat. So I think that tells you what you need to know here.
Yeah, but they have the ability to stand out everywhere. And also a chainsaw. Yes, I did just finish Black Lagoon. How could you tell?
All right, then we're going to take us in start the game, and we're going to start you in the offices where you were meeting with a client to get an assignment. You are in the offices of the St. Pavlov's Academy of Arcane Discipline, where you are meeting with the headmaster. This is a school for those who are supernaturally inclined, that wants to mold them into productive and useful members of society. Very, very assimilationist, despite it. So you were meeting with this headmaster, and he is a man. His head is completely bald. He has a long white wizard beard, which is about the only thing that otherwise stands out about him, other than the fact that he's otherwise just a regular old man in a three-piece suit. He is sitting in a He is sitting at a desk in front of you. It's there's a computer on the desk and some assorted paper printouts that, if you were to look at them closely, you would see they detail magical esoteria, but for the most part, they look really boring and dry. And he greets you as you come in. He's like, "Ah, yes, you must be the freelancers we contacted. Please take a seat. I will go over the job with you."
Salutations to you too, sir.
I think Missy like goes like, yeah. Well, she is like texting on her phone about some like niche financial thing with some like higher up somewhere at the agency or whatever. Like,
Yes, he's like, "Oh, so recently the academy's vault was robbed by where we believe it to be the Divine Rebirth Party. They are a fanatical offshoot of the church that believes that they have found the body of God and can resurrect it.
I
They
love
have
to then.
they have stolen a ritual that, if used within the next week, will make the moon will displace the moon from reality for 24 hours. I don't know how aware the two of you are about astrophysics, but this would have significantly bad effects Earth on Earth's orbit and the tides, and also just generally, this would be extremely bad for the Earth if they were to actually complete this ritual.
Of course. We all know what'll happen if the dolphins have the ability to reach the shore. We have a treaty with them for a reason.
that sounds really bad for the economy.
Yes, it would be significantly bad for the economy. Now, this is why we have
dolphins are murderers.
This is why we have contracted the two of you to infiltrate the Divine Rebirth Party's facility and to recover the rich and to recover the scrolls containing the ritual and disrupt any preparations they've had. Thankfully, the ritual does require certain astrological conditions that will only be present for the next week. The next time they should come around will be in about 100 years, so they won't have very long. They will. If you disrupt their plans now, they won't. They probably will not have time. They will not be able to recover it in time to perform it, and even if they have made copies of the ritual.
Yeah, I feel hungry enough. Missy, how are you feeling with all this?
Yeah, I mean, probably. Yeah, I probably don't want the moon to go away. So sounds good. What is your how much are we being is the agency being paid for this mission? I'm sorry I had to ask, but business.
What, being paid in experience isn't enough for you?
Listen, it's not about my pockets. It's I'm just doing my job.
Oh no, I know. I'm joking.
He does quote a fairly substantial sum that that's about what the standard that is the standard agency rate, and you know that your cut after all of the admin fees is not particularly great, but this is about what you would expect for this kind of job.
All right.
It keeps meat on the table. You have no objections if I eat anyone, right? I mean, I'm at this point. I'm not even like hiding it. Like, you know what I'm about.
He does like raise an eyebrow at you, and the purpose of hiring freelancers such as yourself is that your actions do not reflect upon the St. Pavlov's Academy of Discipline. As such, you may eat as many of the cultists as you are capable of. I do not care.
You hear that, Missy? I can cook for us.
As long as
Dr.
nobody
Spladley, like, leans in.
as long as nobody finds out who has hired you.
Oh, don't worry. I am always discreet. I have like 5 different identities. Granted, it's just changing my credentials. I should probably find a different name to use, but don't worry, Admiral Skladny is on the case.
He's like, do you have any additional questions about the job?
Well, you said that it's only under specific astrological conditions, yes?
Correct.
What would those be?
Well, I can't cite them precisely without access to the scroll anymore. It is mostly the positioning of the stars and where the Earth is in relation to the sun. That sort of thing.
Gotcha. So not really anything we can control with a giant laser, for example. I'm just saying, we could have done a prototype heist.
No, this is not reasonably something you could control, and if you could, I would strongly suggest you don't.
Fair enough. Where is the cult most likely to congregate here on Earth, then? Where can I go after their flesh?
Yes, there is, there is a mega church that they congregate at, and they like are attached to a regular Christian church, and they tend to meet in the area around that church at nighttime for cult business.
Do they have a specific gear? Like, can we use robes to fit in, or are cults kind of catching on that that's kind of a bad idea?
Truth be told, I could not tell you about that. They most likely dress like regular people. This is a well-to-do cult.
Fancy then. Getting ideas. Getting plenty of ideas. What are their weaknesses?
I am not overly familiar with the practices of the cult, but frankly, they believe they have the corpse of God. They are ridiculous. They are ridiculous amateur occultists at best. It's not so much a weakness, but lack of strength is that they do not know what. I do not believe they know what they are doing.
Gotcha.
Missy, do you have any questions?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not particularly worried. I think we can take care of these chumps, no problem.
Don't tell me, Missy, you're planning on getting into combat, are you?
I mean, that preferably not. You know, it's sort of my job to make sure everything's all up to code and make sure we're not, overspending or making or messing up any sort of important uh, alliances or anything. But you know, if it comes down to it, I know my way around a firearm.
Fair enough. I'm down for a little infiltration first, if you are, though.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm down for a little infiltration first, if you are, though. Find a little solution here or there.
That sounds like the smartest course of action.
All right.
Right, beans, let's go.
All right, we are going to cut ahead. Then we are going to jump ahead to you preparing to infiltrate the cult. Are you doing anything particular?
Dr. Skladny is going to be wearing casual wear, because I forgot to mention that Dr. Skladny is absolutely wearing the grill-ass outfit in their profile picture. They're going to be dressed normal, but like they're wearing that underneath. They are always prepared for a procedure, but
Yeah.
right now they're just wearing like big oversized sweater, turtleneck.
Now I do have my veteran ability, where when I enter a new area, I can ask if there's a hidden danger.
Yes. You. Right now we are prepping. If there is nothing else for prepping, then I guess we will jump ahead to you actually infiltrate, approaching the church, and I have to
Wait,
answer.
Misty, are you armed?
Hmm?
You said you know your way around a firearm. Do you have one?
Oh yeah, I've Missy like opens up a little briefcase and is like, there's like a bunch of paperwork kind of squished next to an assault rifle.
Well then, your ranged, I'm melee.
All right. So you approach the church you were directed towards, and yeah, it is the middle of the night, but there are several well-dressed men and women wandering around, and you look around, you get the feeling of this. You immediately know, okay, there is this the grass leading up to the church is just a little too pristine, and just doesn't quite sound right when you're walking over it. There's an entire facility underground here that's even bigger than the church. So I do have to ask, Doctor. I'm sorry. How do I pronounce your name again, Doctor
Skladny.
Skladany? How are you just walking around openly with your chainsaw?
It's in a guitar case.
Okay. So what is your plan of approach here? You're just going to walk up and try talking to the people outside? You're gonna like try to sneak into the church or look around for secret entrances to the underground place you know is
Definitely looking
there?
around for entrances. Okay.
So is that
I'm
you're
off.
looking around for entrances?
Yep.
All
Or at the very
right.
least, getting to know what's on the perimeter.
All right. So, Fist Ultra is pseudo powered by the apocalypse. You got four stats, and which are small modifiers from your traits, and you roll 2d6 and add the relevant modifier for anytime you take an action. There aren't moves per se. That's why it's only pseudo powered by the apocalypse. Basically, everything is that one move every PBTA game has, where it's like do something not covered by another move. So, if you are looking for secret entrances, that's going to be a tactical roll, which you have a 0 in. So, give me a flat 2d6 roll.
That is a 10.
Oh, very good. Good. So yeah, I guess you're hiding in the tree line off in the distance for a bit, and you do see that a couple guys like come out of just seem to come up from beneath a bush and like go towards the main church building and go talk to the others. So you go investigate that bush, and sure enough, there's directly under the the bushes planted over top of over a stairwell that goes straight down.
How are those men dressed?
Um, pretty standard business casual, like not particularly notable.
And double checking, how is Missy dressed?
Missy's probably more just like, business attire, suit and tie.
Yeah, I'd say
Perfect.
she fits in pretty good.
Right? So as far as we're concerned, I'm a musician. Tonight I shall play a symphony. Dr. Skladany is starting to get very into this. As they approach that bush, look around to see if there's anyone watching.
No, currently you roll a 10, so like free access to get in.
Yeah. Skladany is going to wait for Missy and then head in.
Yeah. Missy's going to follow.
Right, so
All right,
we
yeah,
are delving in.
you go down those stairs, and that just leads right into a hallway. There's the stairs you came out, and then there are like 6 unmarked rooms. Like there are just 6 more doors down here.
Are
And
any of
like
them open?
all the doors are closed, but they are not locked.
Hmm.
Are the walls, what are the walls made of?
You get a look at the wall. You get up close and look at the walls. They look like pretty cheaply poured concrete. This is not. This is like very basic 50 style bunker.
Okay, so if it's like shitty thin concrete, maybe
Yeah,
so we're probably gonna try to not make noise to
that
not
would,
alert anyone.
that would be a recommended. Yeah.
I mean, I guess Missy's gonna try and approach one of the doors, just taking a guess, turn the handle very slowly, open it as quietly as possible. Just a crack, like try to peek in, see what you can see.
Okay. First, roll me 1d6.
Okay. 5.
Okay, and then give me a tactical roll.
Okay. That's an 8.
Is there any way to assist in this setting, by the way?
You can give her your war point and let her add a 1d6 to the roll, but then you won't have it anymore.
Valid. I'll save it for now.
All right, so you creak open the door and take a look in, and it's a pretty generic cafeteria. It's got like some food laid out buffet style, but it's like it looks like it's been sitting there under the heat lamps for a while, and like no, there are like a couple people in here like sitting at tables eating, but it looks pretty empty otherwise. Like no, the kitchen lights are off on the kitchen part, so it's like no one is making more food at the moment. There's just what's out is there.
Want to check the next room? I feel like it's probably too late to poison everyone.
If you don't want to go in there, you want to do another room. Give me another 1d6.
Want me to roll the next one?
Yeah, go for
I
it.
can roll the next one? Cool. I got 5 again. Reroll?
No, I'll just give you the net. I'll just give you the another one. You open it, then there's a dark. It's a dark room for like developing photographs. There are a bunch of photographs like hanging on like lines held up by clothespins, and like there's just one guy in here who's like actively like working at developing the photos.
What can I tell from like a glance before walking in?
I am making your. I feel bad. I haven't made you roll anything but tactical, but that's a pretty tactical to just survey the room. So I'm gonna have to ask for another tactical roll.
Cool. And that was a 3.
Oh, this guy total chump. You could take him easy. Absolutely nothing dangerous in the room. This is just some nerd developing photos.
Let's check the next room then.
Okay, D6 again, and yeah, no, both 4 or 5s will count as 4 and 5s will just be a different number.
I got a 2.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You go in there and open that door, and it's like a gym. There's some workout equipment. It's a mix of like a lot of it looks really old, but there also is like a bunch of like very new, like more electronic stuff, like the treadmills and such. Those all look brand spanking new and like top of the line, but like the various weightlifting stuff that looks really old and a bit worn out. And just off on the just projected onto a wall the whole time, there is a 50 style propaganda film. If you want to try and stay and watch it, you can, or you can just move on again.
I'm fine staying for a second to watch it if you are, Roxy.
Yeah, I think this would be of interest to Missy.
All right. So nobody is like actively using the gym right now, so you can just go in and look at it. And yes, there is. You go in. You go into the room and you see there's like there is just like an old style film reel projector projecting it onto a wall, and it's a video of a young man, like a early 20s, with a military style haircut, and he's like all he's very seems very prim and proper and very proud of himself. Yeah, Missy, I'm going to say you could probably you would probably recognize it. He's wearing a uh even like it's weird that the propaganda is so 50 stylized because this guy's wearing a Vietnam era American military uniform.
Hmm.
And anyway, he's very proud of himself, and he says, "Yeah, why? Yeah, yes. Out in Nam, I stumbled upon the greatest find in all of Christendom. I found I found the body of God Himself, and I will tell you, I knew just right then and there that I will be the man to return him to life, and will watch him purge this world of all who do of all the sin and all the sinners in it, and I will see reborn in glorious fire." And the camera does pans over to, frankly, a skeleton that, frankly, you're not entirely sure how he got the idea that this is God. This looks like a giant chicken.
Well, as somebody who makes sure not to waste any part of the chicken's body, I am still willing to give this a bite. I don't know what kind of pun I'm thinking of.
Yeah, so
Skladany is picking up weight to put in the guitar case to make it a better swinging weapon. Oh, and they're doing this as this is happening. Sorry about that.
okay, yeah, as the video's playing, you are just putting weights in your guitar case to make it heavy, even heavier with the chainsaw in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I make a note on your sheet that you could get what the first swing you get on there is going with it. It'll be a 1d6 plus 2 instead of plus 1.
Okay.
Now,
But we'll have a chance of possibly breaking the chainsaw because it's just kind of loose weights in there with it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
what is like the production value of this propaganda film? Like, are we talking professional lighting and set and everything, or is it just like this guy filmed it on some camcorder? Or I guess film camera if it was a while, if it's like old.
Yeah, this video just based on the uniform, like it is styled to look like something from the 50s, but based on the uniform, it is probably in the set from the 70s. And yeah, no, for the time, it looks pretty professional.
Okay.
Roughly, you'd say like it's not like super well polished, like it was done by like an actual studio, but like somebody somebody who like understood basic filmmaking made this. There was some money that went into making this.
Got it.
Anyways, you do watch it enough, and the man, the young man in it does declare that while since he's returned to the States with the body of God, he has discarded his old name and has taken up his a new name as his divine duty, while to resurrect God is taking the name Father Armstrong.
Oh no!
promise this. I promise this adventure is 100% nanobot free. That was just the name that came up on the random generator.
It fits.
I mean, we all know it has to be this way. Right. So we know we're looking for Father Armstrong. Yeah. So you got the room with the wimp, we got this room, we got the cafeteria. Want to check out another room?
Yeah, might as well.
Cool. Before leaving, is there any way I can tamper with the treadmill?
Yeah, give me a creative roll.
Oh no.
Yes, that is your -1.
Haha. Yeah, that's a 5.
You go to like open it up and get to the electronics, but it's really tight in there, and it just kind of like pinches your fingers. Take 1 HP.
Dr. Skladany is getting way too into sucking the blood out of the wound. That's seductive, right?
Missing from across. I have like bandage. I have like band-aids and stuff. Or like.
No need. You absolutely know if somebody handled Dr. Skladany, they would absolutely be ecstatic to eat their own body.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I wrote a character for me.
You're doing great. Don't worry about it.
Made it for me. All right. So next room.
Yep. There are only 2 more rooms left.
All right. Check out room 1.
Okay. I am definitely going to need a tactical roll though for approaching this room.
Oh, good.
For both of us?
Just one of you.
Okay.
I just got an 11, baby.
All right, you are completely silent and inconspicuous approaching this room, which is good because you opened it and you opened it and oh yeah, this room has like has the soundproofing foam on the walls, and it has so the noise isn't getting out into the rest of the facility. And you look at it, and there are 10 guys with rifles at a shooting doing target practice at a shooting range. You see one of the guys goes and switches out the paper target, and it's like a drawing with like it looks like a little kid drew a picture of a demon, and like yeah, that's what the guy's putting up as the target. Little kid drew a demon in crayon, and they're using those for target practice.
So cute. I'm sure that demon's really proud. So this room is soundproofed.
This room is soundproofed. It is also full of armed also full of armed people, and so far it's like the only room you've seen like that so far.
Are there any weapons just left laying around that I could try to steal?
Yeah, I'm gonna say there are definitely some weapons you can get. I am going to need to actually open my actually open up my copy of the game for a second. Yeah. So if you want to try and steal if you want to try and get in there and steal something, that will be another tactical roll.
Oh no, haha. Let's go. My luck has run dry again. That is a 3. I have 1 war point that is probably a good idea to spend here.
All right.
I
Sorry.
can spend what I'm buying to help to add a die. I've got some.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. Roxy, roll a d6.
Okay. Oh, -1.
You don't. Oh yeah. You take away one of your points.
Woof, that's a 2.
All right. So you had a 5.
Yeah, that's a 5 total. Can I add another one of my, or can I just add my own just because?
Yep. You can keep. You can spend as many war points as you want on a single roll.
Okay. I'm gonna spend my war point here.
All right. Roll a d6 and add that too.
That's a 6. We're now at 11.
Awesome. You successfully can each steal a weapon, and I'm going to, once I find the page that has the weapon generation stuff, I will ask you to make a roll. It's here somewhere. Page 83. 76. Okay, roll. Roll. Both of you roll 2d6.
I got 10.
Okay, give me the individual digits, the individual numbers.
6 and 4.
6 and 4. Oh, fun. You are immediately drawn to. So it looks like an old-timey black powder pistol. That you pick it up. You pick it up, and you can. One, it's a little heavier. Feels like it's a little heavier than it should be, and yeah, it's already low. It's already loaded, and in the back of your head, you just hear whispering that this gun wants to kill. You have a 2d6 damage anomalous weapon, and give me another 2d6 and give me the digits.
For me or for
Yeah,
Roxy?
for you.
Oh, okay. 5 and 1.
50. Right. So you have a poisoned anomalous weapon. So when you attack an enemy with that number, you roll the damage, but you don't inflict it until the next time they attack, and then it's multiplied by that number. And Roxy, give you the same 2 rolls.
Okay. That's a 6 and a 6.
66. You are drawn to it looks like a regular pistol, but it has like these clear glass parts that inside something is glowing red. And if you You'd guess this is some sort of high-end laser weapon. You got a 3d6 damage Fubar blaster, and give you another roll for your specialty tag.
That's a 3 and a 1.
31. You pick it up, and it just feels very nice and ergonomic in your hand. I am never allowed to state that you will drop this weapon or be disarmed.
That is really cool.
You start to wonder, it's like all, why do they have a cursed pirate gun and an alien laser gun?
Yeah,
They
these
clearly
people.
do.
Well, actually, that actually raises the question. Oh, we do live in a world of like superpower stuff. So, is a cursed gun and a laser gun just a thing you can buy in this world?
Yes, but they're both like not like you're not gonna go to a regular. You're not like gonna be able to buy them from a regular gun store.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would have to like specifically seek out specialty places to get them, but it is not like that hard. It would just take effort.
Okay.
So yeah, you've now got some very good guns.
Also, my second weapon was just identified as weapon.
Oh no, the pistol is the poisonous one.
Okay, so they're both pistols.
No, it is only one gun. It's only one gun. It's
cursed and poisonous.
Yeah.
Oh. So it's whispering, it's heavy, and it's poisoned.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to do any? All right, you rolled an 11 there, so they haven't noticed you stealing their shit yet, but one of the guys does seem to run out of ammo and is heading back towards the weapons locker. If you guys probably want to get out of here, or you're gonna have to might have an altercation.
Yeah, let's leave.
Yeah, well, we should flee.
All right. One more tactical roll to get out of here.
Which of us?
I think Dr. Scaldi made the last one, so you make this one.
All right. Hey, that's a nat 12.
Nice. Yeah, you get right at. You see the guy coming, and you just duck behind cover for a minute. He gets some ammo for his much more regular looking gun, and then once he's turned around and head back to the shooting range, you book it back out of here. There is
last room.
Yep, there is one last room.
I'll leave it to you, Missy.
Yeah, let's go in.
As you approach this door, though, you hear it's kind of like the voice from the propaganda video, but it's just a little older, a little more ragged and angry, and he's just like chewing somebody out on the other side of the door. You hear this before you even open it. This room is not soundproof like the gun range.
Hmm. Do you think we should even go in this one, or it seems like we might be stepping into something bad?
Like,
Can I listen to what the voice is saying?
sure. You listen in, and he's like, "Oh, do you know how long I've been trying to do this? If you screw up this ritual, we need the moon out of the sky tonight, or it's not coming back. I have waited too long to resurrect God and burn this world. We are going to resurrect him, and you are going to get this ritual right." And you just hear somebody get kind of whimper at this, like, doesn't you didn't hear, doesn't sound like he hit him or anything, but this whoever he's yelling at is very scared.
Do you think I can make a shot through a door? We can just go down the hallway if need be. See if there's any place else we can try.
I mean, you have gone to all the rooms now, I think.
Gotcha.
Cafeteria, dark room, gym, shooting range. Oh wait, nope. You are still There's still one more room. I have miscounted.
All right. Want to check it out?
Yeah, we'll check out that room.
All right. If you're still trying to be sneaky on this one, I will need one more tactical roll.
Want to do it, Roxy, or?
Sure. We both got zeros, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, 11.
you're doing pretty good with your rolls on the zeros. Yeah, you peek into this room, and it looks like a pretty standard barracks. There's a clearly delineated line half through the barracks, like those, I don't know what they're actually called. You know those temporary walls they make cubicles out of, like with the like weird fabricy thing surface? Yeah, there's like a wall of those dividing two sections of this, and yeah, you can see there are men and women asleep on there are men on one side sleeping and there are women on the other side sleeping. Like, most of the beds are empty, but there are a couple where people are sleeping. And at the far end of the room, there is another door that you can make out on here that there is a fairly like large lock on that door. You could, if you were to guess, that's probably where someone important, likely Father Armstrong's quarters are.
If everyone's asleep. I just
So
see there's somebody in that room.
there's about like two people on it. There's about two people on either, two men and two women sleeping.
Do you want to try to ask somebody who's super groggy if they know what's up?
Hmm. feel like they might suspect something of us. Well, there is something I could do, but I don't necessarily want to resort to that.
What is it? Violence?
Well, I guess in a sense.
Dr. Squadley looks really excited. I'm so glad we finally got to get a mission together.
Fuck. Can you turn around?
All right. Dr. Squadley does like a spin and a twirl and does like a magical girl pose, but her back is to you.
Okay, so so Missy is going to approach one of the women sleeping. I guess one of the men. That would feel less weird. She's going to approach one of the men sleeping, and she's going to kind of jostle him awake a little bit, and then before he can like tell what's going on or react, she's going to be like, "I'm so sorry about this," and then she's going to bite his leg, and the parasite that lives inside her mouth is going to take control of him.
Right, you have to roll forceful for that.
Yep. That is a 7.
Okay, so you do succeed in taking control over him, which means your body goes limp and his body is the active body right now.
Yep.
And also, though, before the parasite did get full control over him, he started screaming, and everyone else in the room is starting to wake up. And Scaldy may turn around and look. That's up to her.
Yeah, they were never planning to respect that anyway.
Yeah, then you see Missy's limp body is like clutched onto this guy's leg, is like dangling off of this guy's leg. Everyone else in the room is starting to wake up. What are you gonna do?
Sklodny picks up Missy's body and carries it to like hide behind something.
I mean, you cannot separate the body from where the centipede is connected. They have to remain attached.
Sklodny is going to Sklodny was already wearing like an oversized outfit. Is there any way to like quickly prop up Missy's body, put a sweater over the guy, so that way Missy is not visible?
Okay,
is there any way to at least make it look inconspicuous from the back?
That's going to be a creative roll.
Oh no, haha. Let's go. Let's sausage. That's a 9. Wait, no, that's an 8 actually.
That's it. Okay, well, that's still both of those are still partial. So, Okay, you do make it look mostly inconspicuous, but the other guy on this side of the partition, he sees like a now covered woman, kind of draped on top of his buddy, and he sees you here, and he's starting to make some eyes at you. It's like, hey, he's like he thinks like something's going on that he could get in on. Yeah. So, in the body of this other guy, what are you trying to do, Missy?
Well, my plan was to like wake everyone up and get information, but if this guy's is catching on to something going on,
I mean, he thinks something is going on, and he is very wrong about what he thinks is happening. Though.
Yeah.
We're here for the morality play.
I think I'm going to say through the body of the guy. Oh, you caught me. Listen. I know this is kind of a weird hobby, making these lifelike wax sculptures, but it helps me fall asleep. It helps me relax when I'm up in the middle of the night.
That's going to be a creative role to pull off this lie.
Well, that's a 6.
We're not a creative duo.
Are you going to war point it, or are you going to take the failure?
I'm going to war point it.
All right. Give me another roll then, Dad.
All right, 6 plus 6, that's 12.
All right. The guy's like, oh, they're. Scaldy, are you playing along with this and pretending to be a wax figure?
Yes, but like trying to be as much of a creepy doll as possible. Like just an unusual smile, almost looking like it's a beast bearing teeth.
He goes over. He like gets really close up in your face. He's like, "Oh wow, this is really good." He, like you like did all of this like tonight?
Oh, I've been working on this for a while. I just kind of I was hiding it because I didn't want you guys to think I was like weird or anything.
Oh wow. Well,
listen, do you know what's going on with Father Armstrong? I thought I heard him yelling about something earlier.
I mean, like he's probably just like yelling at like the probably just with the occultists. Like they're all setting up the ritual for later tonight. Like they're like that's got to be like really high stress. Like you mess that up, you make the moon disappear you like phase out the moon of reality for nothing, and if you don't bring back God, then everything gets out of whack.
Yeah. Say, where were they? Where were they? Where were they like doing that again? Which part of the facility?
The room down the hall, like number 6. He doesn't say number 6 because the rooms aren't identified, but
right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
okay. Did you?
Listen, I'm sorry.
Were you up all like you didn't stay up like too late doing this? Like you got some sleep, right? Like you gotta be. Like you seem really out of it, and like you gotta be in like top mental shape for the ritual, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get in like an hour or two before this starts. Yeah, I'm sorry for waking you up.
It's like what time is it anyway? He looks at his watch and is like, "Oh, no, I guess you got time. I guess you got a little bit more time, but it's like these are really impressive, but like tonight probably wasn't a good night to be working on them, dude."
Yeah, listen, I'm all jittery. This whole ritual thing. It's a big deal. It's a big night. And I was just I couldn't settle down.
All right, and yeah, by now the women have like started peeking over the partition. He's like, "Oh, it's nothing. He's just he couldn't Jenkins couldn't sleep and was having a was doing doing some craft stuff. It's fine. You you guys go back to sleep." And they're like, okay," because like they hadn't like fully woken up the same, and yeah, they're going back to bed too. And so is the guy you're talking to.
I think I wait a little bit to make sure everyone's like gone back to sleep, and I then, actually, I can't just detach from this guy because then he's gonna be awake and be freaked out. But like,
Sklodony like gestures their eye towards a pillow.
uh, yeah, I in this with this guy in this guy's body, I shove a pillow on my face until I pass out, and then I detach, and then Missy detaches herself.
For forceful roll, please.
Okay. 7.
All right, you were just trying to make the guy pass out.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that you just smother the body a little too good, and yeah, he's actually dead.
Damn. Whoops.
Sklodony's eyes just like widen. You've just given this predator meat.
Yeah, but you are able to safely disconnect your centipede now, though. But yeah, you definitely left the body, and they will note, and like they will probably notice that he's dead soon.
Sklodony shuffles to like at least make it look like he died in his sleep.
Okay, yeah, like you remove the pillow from his face and just roll them over normally, and yeah.
Yeah. Visual
That went that attempt at interrogation. You know, it didn't go according to plan, but it worked.
I think Missy's gonna like kind of cough and hack and be like, "We gotta get out of here."
Sklodony nods. You are the coolest entity I have met in months.
Missy is clearly very embarrassed by the whole affair, and she kind of shuffles out of the room.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll again. I think they're people are like going back to bed. You make your way back out into the hallway, and what are you going to do from here? You're going to go to the ritual chambers, or are you going to go back to one of the previous established rooms?
Um, I think it makes sense to at least go up to the ritual chamber door and listen in and see if the yelling is still going on. So just see what we can hear.
All right, you go listen, and you're hearing there are people talking. You can't really like not loud enough that you could like make out their words, but like yeah, nobody's getting yelled at the moment.
Hmm.
All right. want to make a little bit of an entrance.
Seems like it's the only It seems like it might be the only way.
Sounds good. Skladly makes sure that the gun is at the ready. And
Your gun is very excited.
it craves blood. Skladly enters the room, still trying to be casual, not like about to start blasting, but also very close to start blasting.
Now, you did take off your like looser clothes to cover up Missy in the room.
Yeah.
Did you put those back on, or are you going in? So you're going in your more conspicuous outfit.
Mm, did you rustle the sweater off? Or did you just like leave it on the guy?
I probably wrestled it off.
All right, then I probably would have put it back on casually.
Okay. Then, yeah, you go in the room, and yeah, there's right in the center of the room. So you know how museums have like the dinosaur fossils all bolted together to like stay upright even though they're skeletons with no musculature.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with the giant chicken skeleton that you saw in the video. Around its feet there are a bunch of bonfires like encircling it, and further out from that there is several just very elaborate sigils made out of salt, and on the far side of the room you have Father Armstrong is like sitting on a folding chair in front of a stone altar where there are like a selection of knives of various sizes and shapes, and like he's just talking quietly to someone on the phone. He doesn't even look your way, and there are various robed people. Like, yes, you were right. Cultists are wearing robes. Of course they are. They're cultists. Are like doing things with the salt and tending to the fires, like doing like general ritual preparation type things.
Do they notice us?
No,
How is
no.
my chainsaw? Oh,
What was that about your chainsaw? Sorry.
how is it fueled? Is it battery powered or gas?
You tell me.
Oh, I want it to be gas.
All right, then it's gas powered.
Cool. And how clear is our shot to Father Armstrong?
It's a like honestly, you entered the room and yeah, it's a pretty much a straight line. The cultists are like around. You have a Yeah, you have a pretty clear shot, under the giant chicken. The cultists are off to the sides doing their things.
Skladany looks at like Missy and like gestures her head towards Father Armstrong, about the nudging at the pistol.
Missy raises her laser blaster inquisitively, like, eh?
Skladany takes aim.
All right, you are both going to take the shot at him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I will give you the. This is you're taking aim at this, so that would usually be more of a tactical. But also, you're both just like coming in the room and just starting blasting. So, you might. I'm gonna call that your choice between tactical or forceful.
I'm gonna roll forceful. That's my good stuff.
That serves no difference to me, so I'm also just going to be tactical.
All right, both of you, give me the roll and tell me what you get.
That is
That is a nat 12.
a 6 for me. But since Maple rolled well, I'm not gonna bother rolling my war die. Adding a war die.
Okay, Dr. Scaldi, please give me your two. Oh wait, you're right. Because your pistol doesn't do damage until the next time is someone else is attacked. The target's attacked. So yeah, you shoot him with the pistol. The bullet goes into his body, and there's clearly a very nasty looking wound. But he's upright. He turns and yells at you. It's like, "Oh, intruders! Get them!" And I think that this is a good time to go for a 15-minute break.
All right.
Cool.
Hello and welcome back. Where we just left our mercenaries. They had injured but had not downed the cult leader, Father Armstrong, and he drew attention to themselves with the 6 other cult members in the room who are now drawing uh, drawing knives from their robes and slowly approaching. What are you two going to do?
I mean, I still got the gun, right? I can keep blasting.
You can keep blasting. Do remember that your gun doesn't actually hurt anyone until the next time they are attacked, though.
Yeah, at the very least, I can, like, I've played enough blood. It's like whenever you shoot a flare gun at something and then you, like, fire some Tommy gun at it so it catches fire.
All right, then. Yeah, make me another. Actually, these are less aimed and more like that. So, I guess it doesn't matter for you. It's all zeros. But give me a reflexive.
Cool. That is a 9.
All right. One of the cultists does get in very, very close to you and stabs you in the side with their knife for two damage, and give me your damage roll, please.
Okay, and that's 2d6.
Yep.
Cool. That's 12.
All right. So yeah, next when this cultist is attacked by any other weapon, the damage will be multiplied by 12, and will probably just make them explode.
I mean, they're like right next to me, right?
Yeah.
Cool, I can bash their head in with a guitar case.
All right. That's a forceful.
Alright. So that's my next turn, right?
Yeah. Missy, are you going to do anything?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm also gonna be blasting. I got my laser gun. I'm gonna try and fend off anyone who's coming towards me.
All right. Yeah. Give me a reflexive.
That's 0. Yeah.
That's a 0.
6. I'm gonna spend a war point.
All right. For anyone in the audience wondering why Missy has so many more war points than Dr. Scaldi, it's because Missy is a returning character from an older game who has leveled up a couple times.
That's a 7. I rolled a 1 on 4 die.
Well, you got it up to a partial, so
Yeah, I'll live with that.
all right. You are also going to take two damage because you are being stabbed. You do have 1 armor, so that reduces it.
All right.
And yeah, so give me your 3d6 for your laser pistol. Yeah, 3d6 damage for your laser pistol to see how much
That
you
is
do to
an 11.
Yeah, you shoot this guy. Yeah, you shoot this guy, and you Yeah, you shoot him, you knock his head right back, and it falls out of the hood. And so yeah, I guess there's a good reason these guys are wearing robes, because you notice it. They're all growing feathers.
Oh,
Like, the feathers are bright orange and still very small. It's more like down than feathers. But like, yeah, what this guy would have been bald, except he's got like kind of looks like a head of hair from of tiny orange feathers growing from all over the top of his head. Yeah, back to Dr. Scaldy. You were going to bash somebody. You were going to bash the guy you shot with your guitar case.
Yep.
All
They're
right.
just going to wiggle it off and just drop the weight right on the head.
All right, then give me that 2d6 because you don't have any forceful.
That is an 8.
All right, so give me the 1d6 plus 2 for the damage.
That is 6 plus 2, so that is 8 times 12.
Yeah, these guys all have 4 HP. So
Dr. Skladny,
frankly, if you were to try and eat this guy, it's more like you would need a spoon.
Skladny's gonna take some of the viscera and just like wipe across the face while like looking at the others. Licking a little viscera as they do so.
Give me a forceful or creative roll. We're going to see if how freaked out you are making the cultists.
This is gonna be forceful.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's only a 3.
Okay. Yeah. All you've managed to do is make them very angry, and yeah, you have dropped the weights. You don't have access to those as a weapon anymore. You're just down to your regular chainsaw and the cursed gun.
Cool. I'm still gonna try to pop out the chainsaw.
All right. We're gonna go cut back to Missy. You still have two more cultists on you.
Are they like on me, or like they're approaching me?
They're currently approaching you, but like next action they will be on top. They will be on top of you if they're not dead. If you don't stop them next, unless you do something to stop them next after your next action.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to, as one of them gets closer to me, I'm gonna real quick like grab his arm, bite it, take control of him, and then
use him as a shield against the other one.
The other cultist, yeah.
All right. Give me a forceful for the bite.
Okay. 9.
All right. So you've got him under control, but you're not able to whip him around in time to block the knife from the other one, and you will take another 2 damage reduced by 1, so another 1 point of damage. And yeah, so you have the one guy under your control, and the other guy is there with his knife jabbed into you. And we will go back to Dr. Scaldy. These cultists are mad. Are like the 2 cultists on you are just really pissed off at you for what you just did to their comrade. What are you about to do? They are just going to jump on you and just start stabbing repeatedly.
Cool. I'm gonna pull out the chainsaw and do a little bit of a twirl, just like the elegance of a ballerina, but like with a chainsaw.
All right. That's going to be I'm going to say that would be reflexive. So it's 0. Give me the roll.
That is a 9.
All right. Give me the damage roll.
Okay, so it's the chainsaw, so it is
1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1. 3.
3. All right. You very badly injure this guy. Like I'm going to say like you sever an arm. This guy is badly hurt. This guy is badly hurt, and he's trying to come. So he's a little bit held up and not quite getting to you. But the other one, he is getting in, and he's going to. Ooh, that was a big roll on that. You're going to take 4 You're going to take 4 damage from this repeated knife stabs.
I'm down to 2.
Yeah, like I told you I told you before we started. This game is very lethal and actually has rules for you to make a new character and just drop them in the middle of action.
Gotcha.
All right. Back to Missy. You have a human shield that didn't quite work, and someone is holding a knife in you. That guy is just going to try and twist the knife and do more damage unless you knock him off. What are you doing?
Well, so I did successful. I still am controlling the other.
Yes, you
cultist,
do.
right?
You have him. You just weren't able to use him as a shield in time before.
I'm gonna grab the cultist with the knife's arm and try and like wrestle his hand off the knife.
All right. Yeah, it's going to be a forceful.
Okay. A 9 again. I'm gonna spend my war die.
All right, spend a war die. You can't not make this a success, so I'm not even going to ask you to actually roll for it.
I did roll a 6, but it's a guaranteed success.
All right. Yeah, you. Sorry. So, what were you trying to do specifically here?
Using the one cultist's arm body, I'm going to grab the cultist who is holding the knife. I'm going to try to not pull the knife out because that makes a wound worse, but pry his hand off the knife so he doesn't keep twisting it.
All right. Yeah. You have him You have pulled him away, and you are holding him off. That's about all you can. You weren't trying to do any damage with that action, though, so I guess you're not going to do any further harm. I'm gonna say, now that there's a bit of commotion, Father Armstrong is making his way, turning to make his way the long way around the room to try and slip out and hope maybe go get the guys with guns from the shooting range. That's what you would do in his position. Dr. Scaldi.
Yeah.
You have one badly injured cultist and one fully intact cultist. And yeah, no, they are both on top of you and are doing lots of stabs. What are you doing?
I'm thinking I might chainsaw some more, but I do need health. I need privacy to start eating somebody. Never mind.
You do also just have a chunk of. You do also just have a healing item.
Which healing item?
What was originally just like a med pack for sawbones, but you reflavored it as a pound of human flesh.
I'm going to eat it like jerky and like with the vibe of an anime girl eating, holding like the toast in her mouth. Saw one more time.
All right, so yeah, roll 1d6 and gain that many hit points.
3.
All right, you go back up to 5 HP, and yeah, I'll let you like while you're munching that, you can make another shot at the chainsawing.
Cool.
So that's a forceful.
That's an 8.
All right. That's definitely going to kill. You know what? Now that's enough. You can get both of. That's enough damage.
Cool.
You could, because they both have. One guy's got 1 HP left, and that one's got 4. That's enough. You can just get them both. Yeah. So you knock those. You chainsaw those guys off of you. You are standing. You are getting to your feet, all bloody and battered, and yeah, you notice that Father Armstrong is trying to slip away too. Missy.
I'm. Oh,
Sorry, yeah, we are cutting back to Missy's turn. The cult leader is escaping. You have one guy held at your mercy and the other guy under your thrall. What are you doing?
Do I think that Father Armstrong would be able to know what's going on?
I mean, he definitely
Like,
knows you were here. You tried to kill him.
Me being in control, me using my parasite to be in control of this guy. Like, can he tell that's what's happening?
No, I don't think he could tell that specifically.
That I'm going to do the gambit of I'm going to call out from the voice of the cultist, "Stop! Don't go! They planted a bomb in the target practice room."
That is going to be a creative.
Uh huh. That's a 4. Screw it. I'll spend one more word die. That's a 7.
Okay, so he believes you, but okay, he stops and hesitates, but doing so, you do lose. You lose the hold of the of the cultist you were not controlling, and you have made him drop. He no longer has his knife, so he is only going to punch you. And okay, yeah, that was utterly ineffective. He does 1 damage, and that doesn't go through your armor.
Okay.
And Dr. Scaldy, what are you doing? There is, still one active enemy cultist, and the leader is he has paused, but who knows how long that's going to hold.
Sclotony is just going to slice up the active cultist.
All right, give me a forceful.
That's a 6.
I could a war die to help, but I don't know how I would help contextually in this scenario.
I mean, you are next to the cult. You are next to the. This is the cultist that's been fighting you. So she.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then I'll spend a war die to help.
Thank you.
I'll try and like. I guess in this context, I'm like grabbing him to try and like.
Okay, you're just trying to grab him again, and all right, make your roll.
6. That's a 12.
That is a 12. All right, make that damage roll for the chainsaw.
Just a 2 plus 1, so it's just 3.
All right, yeah. So this guy, Missy is grappling with this guy. He manages to pull one arm free and goes to sock the cultist that she's controlling in the face, and then that arm is lobbed off by a chainsaw.
Putting a lot of roosters to the slaughter, I guess. Skladny says that to Father Armstrong. And mechanically declaring that she is going to eat all of the people in this room.
Now, you haven't eaten anyone, so the way this power works is if you imply you are going to eat someone, roll 1d6, and if
Right.
the result is less than or equal to the amount, you can't roll a 0 on a 1d6.
I got it backwards. Yeah, you're right. Like, I do have the arms in front of me, right?
You do have what?
I do have an arm in front of me, right?
You do have an arm in front of you.
I'm going to pick it up and start eating it like a turkey leg at the fair.
Now, normally, it does say that you're supposed to have privacy to get the healing for this, but I'll just give it to you. You could, roll your 1d6 healing. You can only go back up to your full 9, though.
4, so we're back up to 9.
Exactly what you needed to get back to full.
Cool.
All right, Missy. This is you are still grappling with an almost dead cultist. Father Armstrong looks terrified and is very confused as to what's going on, because it does kind of look like the cultist that told him to stop is fighting with the weird cannibal. It is fighting alongside the weird cannibal lady. So he's scared, but also slightly suspicious now. So what are you doing?
I think I grab the cultist I grab the cultist who had the armless cultist, and I just go like bash the heads of the two cultists against each other.
All right, give me a forceful.
Okay. Whoa, thick eyes.
Oof.
Oof.
Do I spend my last war die on that?
I mean, it is snake eyes. That's the best you're going to get is a partial.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Oh wait, no, because that was a forceful. That's snake eyes. That's a 4. If you spent.
Oh right, it's a 4. So, screw it. I'll spend my last war die. That's a 5.
All right. Well, that takes you to a 9.
No, sorry. I rolled a 1. The total is 5.
Oh, the total is 5. Wow. Okay. You go to headbutt this cultist, and his eyes start glowing red and fiery, and he opens his mouth and just spits out a gout of flame upon you and the cultist you are controlling. The cultist you are controlling is dead, and you're going to take. Oof. So, Missy, you are going to take 6 hit 6 damage.
Okay, I'm dead.
You are dead.
Good news. I'm a surgeon. I can roll creative to perform surgery and resurrect somebody with full health.
You absolutely can do that, but are you going to do that, or are you going to stop Father Armstrong from running away?
I'm going to throw a knife at Father Armstrong.
Yeah, there are lots of knives on the ground. Give me a reflexive.
Cool. That's an 8.
That's an 8. All right. Give me a 1d6 roll for the damage.
Just a 1. But he did get shot earlier.
You did shoot him with the thing. Do you remember what you rolled for damage then?
I forgot to roll for damage then, actually.
Okay. Then make your 2d6 roll now and then multiply it.
That is 9 times 1, so that is 9.
9. Yeah. You throw the knife into the festering wound you left from when you shot him with the cursed pirate gun. And yeah, he just falls to the ground. You have killed the cult leader. But as you look down at the ground and you notice that the blood from all of the cultists you have just killed is seeping into the salt, is specifically seeping into the salt sigils on the ground. The ritual is happening.
I'm gonna go around starting to kick the salt. And I'm gonna throw my chainsaw at the fire so that way it might start to burn even brighter.
All right, this is going to be a creative roll.
Oh no. That's a 7. That's my minus again. -1. That's a 6.
Okay, I am going to ask Missy a question here. Roxy a question here. Do you want to take a couple minutes while I follow Dr. Scaldi's misadventures here to make another character to have emergency inserted, or do you want to get surgery and be resurrected?
You know what? Let's roll a new character. Why not?
Okay, 1 second. I will relink you to the. I will give you the links to the fist stuff to make another person. Scrolly. Copy and all right. There's the I just put in the thread a link to the traits. Just go pick yourself 3 and we'll worry. We don't particularly need to worry about rolls at this point. All right. Back to Missy. So your attempts at us stopping this ritual have only accelerated things. It seems like the fire growing bigger and brighter is actually better for the ritual. And like the explosion caused by your chainsaw, it blows open a hole in the roof, and yeah, you can have a clear view of the moon, and it's like slowly fading from view, and the one barely alive cultist that breathed the fire on Missy starts laughing maniacally. It's like you can't stop it now. You might kill us all, but God will purge this world.
It's a chicken. Skladany is going to try to pick up the laser rifle and try to cut at the giant chicken fossil.
All right, give me a forceful, please.
6.
All right. You shoot the energy blast at the chicken, and yeah, it is at the chicken bones. It is having absolutely no effect, and in fact, where you struck it with the heat, you're noticing that flesh is specifically starting to grow right there, as the cultist is like crawling their way towards the bonfire.
I'm gonna kick the cultist in the fucking face.
Give me another forceful.
8. Finally, some meat.
Sorry, you rolled an 8.
Yeah.
All right, you kick this guy. You kick this guy right into the. You just kick. So are you just like kicking him into the ground or into the fire?
Away from the fire. Looks like they were crawling there. So.
Okay, yeah. You kick him, and yeah, this guy had 1 HP left. You don't even have to roll for damage. You just kind of stomp this guy, and yeah, he's done. That is not stopping the chicken from regrowing.
I'm gonna try to charge the skeleton, see if I can dismantle it by hand.
All right. Give me another forceful.
That's a 9.
Well, that's pretty good. What specifically are you riffing off of the? Which bones of a chicken are you going for?
The leg bones. I want to see this thing fall over.
All right, you rip out one of the leg bones, and the whole thing does start. The rest of the skeleton does start falling, but it's falling right into the fire. And yes, as where anything else would burn in the flame is giving it life. You are watching as the last phoenix is restored to life.
I'm gonna start firing the poison gun into the flesh.
All right. Reflexive, I guess.
And that's 10.
I am worried you were going to kill the boss before Roxy finishes their character.
Oh no.
All right. Yeah. Give me the roll.
Okay, it's 2d6. That's 8.
All right, so it's the ×8 multiplier. Yeah, as you're noticing it, the flesh is growing back a little worn and sickly. And now I'm gonna say it. Like I think by now that there's been a lot of gunshots and a lot of chaos that I think some people might have come investigated by now, and you'd see like a couple of the guys that you previously saw at the shooting range, and like the the two women and the one man from the bunker. They're coming in. They have less special guns, but they're pointing they're coming in. They're pointing pistols at you. It's like called drop drop your weapons and get a.
The demon bird took him.
All right, you want to turn
I'm
them
shouting
against the Phoenix.
Yes.
All right, give me a creative roll.
Oh no, haha. That's a 9.
But they're still pointing their guns at you, but they're not shooting right now because they're kind of confused by you. It's like, oh, what?
It swallowed Jesus.
They're like, oh, what? No, but the bird is Jesus.
No, you don't understand. You were wrong. The bird was coming to eat the second coming. Christians everywhere are in shambles.
Okay, no, you're not
The bird's bones
convinced.
were placed there as a test by the devil.
Okay, that is a good joke, but I don't think you're going to convince them further that their entire religious beliefs were a lie.
Mm. All right.
How are we?
I'm not gonna put my weapons down. I'm gonna stab upwards.
How are we doing on your character, Roxy? Are we ready to roll emergency insertion?
My emergency character.
What's that?
I think I finished generating my emergency character.
All right. You wanna tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah. So, should I just bring them into the scene, or?
There actually are rules for how the insertion works.
So I randomly generated the 3 traits off the sheet. I got Chameleon, which lets me change colors. I got Inquisitor, which gives me experience fighting against magical forces. And Loose Cannon, which lets me, which gives me a sense of authority over like police officers and stuff. Not sure how much that's going to do anything, but my character's name is Sergeant Lagarte. And they are, boy, do they hate cults. They just hate them.
Okay. So you're going to say that the magic that you are dedicated to eliminating is cult shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone very well suited for this particular. All right. Then please roll 2d. I need to double check. What are the insertion rolls? It is a 2d6 roll. I know that.
3.
Scrolling. All right, so you have rolled poorly, and you are coming in a disadvantageous situation. So you are somebody who is like dedicated yourself to fighting cults. So I'm gonna say you were probably already here trying to fight this cult on your own, and like yeah, you're just being dragged in as a prisoner by the newly formed people. You're in handcuffs, and are pointing their guns at you. They think that Doctor Skuldani is with you, and they're like, "Oh, so they're pointing." One of them points their pistol with you. It's like, "Oh, drop drop the pirate gun, or the cop gets it." I am assuming you were a cop just because you have the loose cannon cop trait.
I mean, I don't want to be a cop, but like, if that's what fate decided.
Okay, if you don't want to be a cop, you don't have to say you're a cop. You could just have a fake badge. It's fine.
Yeah.
But because you did have
I've
a
never
badge,
seen
they
that
do
person.
think you're one. So they're still saying that.
I don't know who that person is. I'm just gonna keep stabbing at the chicken's wounds.
I mean, you're not stabbing. You threw your chainsaw in the fire. You don't have like any stabby things.
I mean, I have knives, right?
Oh yeah, I guess there are like a whole bunch of knives on the floor. Okay, yeah, I guess you could stab at the chicken in the flames. I'm gonna be honest. Even on a full success, you are going to take 1 point of damage for stabbing into a fire.
Cool.
Okay, make your roll though.
Okay, so is that gonna be what are the knives?
Knives are reflexive or forceful. It doesn't matter for you.
Okay. That's a 7.
All right. So I'm going to roll a damage here. All right, you are stabbing into the one leg of the phoenix chicken, and it turns around. It's now mostly assembled into itself. It turns around and with its beak, and it bites you for 3 points of damage. And you deal. How much did you just roll there?
Uh
26.
oh, 1d6. That's gonna be full 6 times 8.
Oof.
So 48.
Yeah, you see that from where you stabbed, that festering rot is breaking out into the rest of the chicken. You're honestly, you thought it would be much harder to fight a god. This is going pretty darn well for you.
If I
Sergeant
survive, I'm gonna make everyone call me Godslayer.
Sergeant Lagarde, what are you are currently you are handcuffed and are held at gunpoint. This weirdo is fighting a god chicken. What are you doing?
I think is it safe to say that the people holding their guns at me are like not completely paying attention, given the
Yeah, no, they're much more concerned about the fact that their god is kind of and is being stabbed by a crazy person.
uh let's so I'm gonna try to like change colors to blend in with like the dark gray environment. Uh and I'm going to kind of try and duck down so they don't fully see the position of my body. I'm going to try and do like a little sweep move to knock them over and run away.
All right, I'm going to call this a tactical.
Okay.
Oops.
That is a 12.
All right, yeah, no, you slip away completely. In fact, honestly, I'm going to say like that. You'll probably even slip the cuffs if you want to.
All right, yeah.
All right, Scaldy. The chicken is tired of you, and it's just going to go and like try and swallow you whole at this point. What are you doing?
Splotony is enjoying this, definitely too much, and is going to try to stab at, that little bit of flesh between like the beak and the neck.
Like the gizzard?
Yeah, like right above the gizzard.
Okay, yeah. Give me the reflexive.
That's an 8.
All right, give me the 1d6 roll for damage.
That's a 2, but is that still times 8?
No, that expired after the first time.
Ah.
You have to keep shooting it. Yeah, the chicken manages to get you in its pretty much entirely in its beak there as you stab just after you stab into its neck, and it starts you're in its mouth. Its next thing it's going to swallow you. Sergeant Legarte, the weirdo is getting swallowed by the god chicken. You are invisible.
Well, this protective religious pendant. We'll say it's like, I don't know, like typical ghost movie rules or demon possession movie rules where you have like an object of religious significance. Or at least
Yeah.
this is Sergeant Lagarde is assuming it's going to work, and they're going to throw the pendant at the god and try to damage it.
All right. I guess that's reflexive.
Okay. That's a 5.
Do you have any more points?
Nope.
All right, then you go get the one you start. I'll give you. You could have the free one that I also gave Dr. Scaldi.
I'll spend it. Why not?
All right.
That's a 7 now.
Okay, I'm going to give you a Dr. Scaldi. How many head points do you have left?
About 5.
Okay, I am going to give you a choice. Sergeant
Mhm.
Lagarde. You can. Dr. Scaldi can be swallowed. The chicken will take damage, and Dr. Scaldi will be swallowed, or the chicken will not take damage, and she will be spat up.
I don't want to be mean. I Roxy don't want to be mean, so we'll say that the damage does not happen, and the
All
doctor
right,
gets.
so this does disorient the chicken and cause it to spit up Dr. Scaldi onto the floor, back onto the floor of the ritual room. And yeah, you have been freshly regurgitated. This is the closest you have ever been to being on the other side of that. How does that make you feel? Actually, don't answer that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much can we get away with? PG-13 this stream, right?
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, wait, nope, I should stop that
Yeah,
before it goes
there's an
anywhere.
answer. Follow me on my Not Safe for Work Patreon for more. Dr. Squadony is gonna write a love letter to this chicken.
All right, well, what are you going to do with these newfound feelings that we're not going to discuss on the PG-13 stream?
Excitedly fire the gun back into the chicken again.
All right, give me the reflexive roll.
6.
Oof. The chicken still like sickened by the touch of the religious art of the pendant. It starts like just hacking, and it does hack up a like really less like breathing a gout of flame, but it's more like it's just kind of hacked up a hairball made of fire at you, and you're going to take one more hit point.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Cool. Down to 4.
Sergeant Lagarde. Your pendant, well, it got the weirdo thrown up, and it's doing its. Looks like they're still trying to fight, but what are you going to do? You are still currently hidden.
Yeah. I think I'm going to. Let me look at my. I guess while the god is preoccupied, I'm going to. How big is it, like roughly?
It's about 12 feet tallish.
Okay, I guess big enough to eat a person.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try and like climb up on some nearby furniture and like sort of get the jump on it and like kind of try and grab it in like a chokehold, or at least a loose one to sort of throw it off.
All right. Give me a forceful with an extra +1 because you're invisible and you're taking it by surprise.
That is a 13.
That is a 13.
Yeah.
All right. You are doing You are getting in on there, and so this is unarmed. You roll 2d6 and you take the lowest one.
Okay. 1.
Oh, well, that's not great, but you deal 1 damage to the chicken. You're strangling. So, Dr. Scaldi, the now revealed other person as who the cult thought was a cough is now strangling the chicken, which sounds like a bad innuendo, but it's not. It's a
Yeah,
literal.
I was
It's
gonna say, I
literal.
was assuming you were thinking very carefully on one of those words.
Yeah, that I didn't wasn't really. I just started saying the words. Anyways, yeah. What are you doing?
Asphyxiating.
That sounds worse somehow.
Staying true to Hideo Kojima's original vision.
Thank you, Roxy. All right, what are you going to do? I am going to say that the chicken is there. The cultists have started to get their wits about them again, and they are pointing their guns towards you now, not so much Legarte, because Legarte is on the chicken, and they don't want to accidentally hit it.
I'm gonna try to jump up onto the chicken while firing the pistol into it.
All right, that's gonna be that one's gonna be a forceful roll.
Cool. 6.
All right, that is. I am sorry, Dr. Scaldany. That is 6. That is going to be 6 points of damage from the cultists from the unloading on you.
There we go. -2.
Now there is still Missy's healing item is still on the ground by her corpse. If Sergeant Legarte cared to give it to you, and you could possibly be saved by that, but
I think that's what I think that's probably what they're going with. What Gargantua's
What about
gonna do.
Misty?
They're gonna try and steer the chicken to kind of throw it off and then jump off and then run to try and attend to Dr. Skodani's.
you are going to treat these bullet wounds with this thermos of coffee.
Yes.
All right. Please make 1d6 rolls and give Scaldy back that many hit points.
Okay. 3.
I'm exactly at 1.
You don't go into the negative. You stay at. You would stop at 0. So you will go to 3.
Scaldony's chuckling, doing that anime wobbly kind of thing.
I'm just picturing, you're just lying unconscious, and I just splash coffee on your face, and you're like, huh.
I enjoy this game.
This is a pretty fun game. All right, you briefly saw the. Honestly, this has been a day of experiences for you. You have almost been eaten by a chicken, and then you almost died of getting shot. You have much to consider about this day, but you have been brought back to your senses by coffee being splashed in your face. What are you doing?
Firing again at that big old chicken.
All right, make the roll again, and
Okay, that's an 8 this time.
All right. I feel like it would be a waste to just immediately kill you again with damage. So I am going to say that going to say that one of the cultists manages to shoot the gun out of your hand, and it goes flying away. You are you have you have to go and get the gun if you want to shoot it again, but you do get to deal your inflict the multiplier onto the chicken. What is the roll?
7.
All right, 7 times. It'll take 7 times damage on the next attack, which get a good roll. You might take it out in the next attack. Sergeant Legarte, what are you up to now?
I guess I'm gonna pick up the laser blaster that Missy
Yep.
dropped
Yeah.
and just try and fire that.
All right. Give me a reflexive or forceful.
They're the same. No, forceful.
Oh.
Forceful for one effective there. So I'll roll forceful.
All right.
That is a 7.
All right. 7 times 7 is
49.
Yeah. Okay. That chicken. The chicken has been reduced. The chicken god has been reduced to pink slime. Because it had like 10 left.
Hmm.
Cool.
So yeah, it just explodes in. Frankly, because of the poison in it, and it's pretty much just exploding. It is gross and kind of like pus-like. It is very unpleasant, and it's honestly, I'm going to say it's covering all of you, and it is very gross and unpleasant. You're both going to take a -2 on your next roll, whatever it is. And the cultists are very mad and are definitely going to start shooting at both of you again in a second.
I'm going to try to run off with Missy's body.
All right. Reflexive then.
That's a 4.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a choice on this one as for the failure. You can escape unharmed, but you have to leave Missy behind, or you can stay here with her.
I'm gonna stay here. Dr. Sklodny may be a moral disgrace in most senses of the phrase, but they are at the very least a friend.
Oh.
No one's gonna eat your corpse except for them.
Sergeant Legarte.
Yeah.
This weird doctor lady has picked up their dead friend, and you've the cultists are closing in. They don't actually seem to be shooting at this point. They think that they outnumber you, and honestly, you're kind of cornered. So they think they could probably just shoot the two of you up if they have to. If you do try to go, but they think they might just be able to take you alive right now.
Hmm. I'm going to try to get between Dr. Skladny and the cultists. I'm gonna turn invisible again. And like with the intent of like at least partially obscuring the Doctor and Missy, so we can maybe like I can maybe like throw them off. Maybe we can try and get past them.
All right. I'm gonna call this a creative roll.
Okay. 5.
Ooh, you used up all of your luck in the first part of the session, and now it's cavalcade of failures.
Uh-huh.
All right. I am going to roll. Oh no. Sergeant Legarte, you try and get between and try to obscure Dr. Scaldi, and the cultists just start unloading on you, and that is 12 damage, which happens to be exactly your hit points.
Come on.
Usually, I only have one person die in the Thing of Fists.
They had such a rich internal life.
Yeah. I mean, hey, plus side is we might be able to save Missy.
Dr. Scaldi, this stranger just took a bunch of bullets for you, and you have another chance to maybe get out of here.
Yeah, they're just gonna run with Missy, but they're gonna run.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be a reflexive or forceful. Those are both zeros for you, so just make the roll.
That's an 8.
How many hit points you have left?
3.
You're going to take 2 as you get nicked by some shots on the way out, but you do make it to the stairs. You could get back to the surface and get out of here.
I do. Or if I'm allowed to.
Yeah, now I'm going to say it. You can make a bolt for it, and you get to the car you took here, and you can drive out.
Yeah.
So you want to try and resurrect Missy.
Yeah, they call me a limb artist for a reason.
All right, please roll plus creative.
Oh.
That's what the thing says.
That's a 9 minus 1, so that's an 8.
All right, well that's still a partial. You have resurrected Missy. Which trait is she? She's definitely keeping the centipede. Is she losing veteran due to veteran? I'm gonna say she's going to take brain damage and lose veteran or accountant.
Should I choose, or does
Okay, I'm gonna say Roxy gets to choose what she loses, and
Yeah.
you look at the trait list and tell me what it gets replaced by. I'm gonna say it is something brain damagey. So something.
You know what? Let's have Missy lose accountant. Because it's funny.
All right. What is she becoming? Something that makes sense from head stuff.
Doulahan.
What is that?
You are immune to decapitation and can function without a head. Removing your head allows you to telepathically see through it. Your body can see and feel vague suggestions of senses without a head, but struggles with fine details. Roll plus tactical to attach someone else's head allows you to access recent memories and use their head as if it was your own for about an hour before it is unusable.
Is Missy just a? Is Missy just like a Futurama style head in a jar now, or?
Oh no, you're like a headless horseman now.
Oh, okay.
Drone. Okay, so yeah, Missy, you wake up and you notice that your head's not attached to your body anymore, but it's all still working. You still have the weird scent. Dr. Scaldy is standing over you, and oh, I'm alive and weird and like, oh, I still have the parasite. Damn.
Another successful procedure.
Does mean I can throw my head at people and parasite them from a distance?
Yes, I think that is how those would stack. Yes.
So, how's it feel to be back in the land of the living, Missy? I killed God, and now I can play God. Sorry about the head, though. Skladany fidgets with the head to show that it's not fully attached.
Missy does the cartoon zombie thing of kind of going screws screwing their head on.
That works. Couldn't remember if it was lefty loosey or lefty tighty. So we did it. We killed God. Nice work, Jesus.
I'm gonna be real. I was around for all that, but good job.
Thanks. Some guy died for it. I mean, they weren't fists, so I wasn't too concerned. But you're my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Even if that meant I could have taken all of the pay, I didn't want to leave you behind. Even though that thought did cross my mind several times, for scientific understanding, our friendship pulled through.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That said, if you ever want to show me anything about that fun little biting thing, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I really didn't want to have to do that, but
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
Thank you. It's gonna be much harder to keep the secret that my head is detachable, but
yeah, just wear a collar or something like that.
Also,
yeah,
you think about it and suddenly you realize you don't know how to math anymore.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem.
We are supposed to go for like an hour more, but that is the extent of what I had prepared.
I'm so glad we killed God.
So while I don't exactly think either, Missy, do you feel like you were sufficiently a con artist this mission? You did convince people of some things.
Hmm,
Do you feel like you earned a level up?
cool.
And Dr. Scolati, do you sufficiently think that you were convinced somebody you were a limb artist? Potentially the person
Yes.
whose head you have made independently animate.
Yeah, I think I earned it.
All right, then both of you feel free to take an advance, and that means you may choose 1d6 war points, 1d6 HP, or another trait.
Um, I'll take war point. I'll take 1d6 war points.
Okay.
Yeah, the war point seems a lot smarter.
It really is like the. I feel like it's the most powerful thing to have in this game.
War points are
Yeah.
very powerful.
Well, I only got one.
Well, What about you, Dr. Scaldi? Are you taking the...
Yeah, I'm taking the war points and
All right.
got also only one.
Aw.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that pretty much brings us to the end of everything we've had prepared for I had prepared for tonight. I did not account for you finding a poisonous gun that would do multiplier damage to God.
They
Thank you for that, though.
really should have thought twice before they kept that in the room across the hall from the.
I mean, if it works, I technically lost the gun, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you never went back and got it.
Yeah. So, plus side is, you won't have to deal with me having it next mission.
Also, I do think that Sergeant Laertes took the laser blaster too, and then died. Yes, so I do not know when we will return to the misadventures of Missy and Dr. Cecilia Scalandi. Normally on this time slot going forward, we should be playing a campaign of Mutants in the Now, entitled Bratton, Ontario. Our third player, Fabi Garza, was not able to make it today. But she should be joining us next week, so we will officially start then. In the meantime, either of you, does anyone have anything they would like to plug before we close out?
Not really.
All right.
Yeah, I need to write, but I haven't started writing, so I don't know. I want to see a resurgence of Black Lagoon. If people want to watch Black Lagoon, you should watch Black Lagoon so I have more people to talk about Black Lagoon with.
Frankly, Black Lagoon is a very fist show. If you enjoyed this, you would probably have fun with Black Lagoon. There's less cults and giant chicken monsters, but there's the general concept of mercenaries trying to get by in a world that sucks and hates them. That kind of vibes there.
Roberta would have survived this.
Anyways, I am M Healy. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at M of Healy. As I mentioned, starting next week, you can see all of us here on the Mutants of the Now game, Bratton, Ontario. And you can hear me and sometimes these two on my podcast, Battle of the Blorbos, where we objectively and arbitrarily rank every fictional character in challenges. Can How is Laos from Dungeon Meshi at filing his taxes? How is Riska at writing children's books? These questions and more are the sorts of questions we ask on Battle of the Blorbos. And you can find that
Come
on
see. Oh,
you can find that on Twitter at Battle Blorbos Pod, where we post polls based on matchups from the episodes, and you will find the links to the new episodes as they come out there.
come see how far I can pull us out of Byakuya hell.
They're not going to hear the Pakia episode for like 2 months. I record significantly far in advance, but yes, you did bring the worst Spider Boy, and he did poorly.
Yeah. Can anybody else? Never mind.
And with that, I say time to say good night.